Hi, everyone. How do you feel when you're under pressure? When you have a lot of stressors or challenges that you're dealing with? Do you ever feel that you work well under pressure and that pressure can help motivate you and drive you to get things done? I often hear people tell me that they work best under pressure. And in fact, the more pressure, the better they perform because they feel more motivated and driven to get things done. But have you ever thought about the impact that worry has on motivation levels? Now, it's important to distinguish here between worry and stress or pressure. Stress or pressure, these are external factors such as tight deadlines, challenging situations, or problems that need to be dealt with right away. Whereas worrying is a mental process. It's a cognitive process in which a person is repeatedly thinking about all of the potential negative outcomes or consequences that could happen in a situation. It's very common that people who worry a lot will worry about stressors or challenges in their lives. So it's common for people who worry a lot to think about worry and stress interchangeably because they often experience worry in the context of stress. And this can lead to a perception or a belief that the act of worrying serves as a motivating factor. In other words, worrying motivates me to get things done, particularly in stressful situations, but in non-stressful situations as well. People who tend to worry a lot commonly hold beliefs that if they worried less, they wouldn't get as many things done. They view worrying about something as a good way to motivate themselves to do something about it. By worrying about that project that I need to get done at work, the worry serves as the kick in the pants that I need to get going and actually work on the project. The concern is that if I worry less about the work project, I might become complacent and not do anything about it and put it off. And as a result, the work project won't get done, or it won't get done to the best of my abilities. So this is one of those positive beliefs that people will sometimes hold about worry. The perception that worry motivates me to get things done and do things that I might otherwise avoid, including responsibilities at work, household tasks, social activities, or recreational activities. It's the worry that drives me to get these things done, and if I don't worry, I won't do everything that I need to do. And if that were true, if it were true that worry actually motivated me, it would make a lot of sense to worry. If in fact it were true that worry helps motivate people to get things done, you probably should be worrying more than you actually do. And if you did worry more, that would mean you would be even more productive, more engaged, and even more successful. So you may be a little confused right now, wondering if I'm suggesting that people should worry more in order to feel more motivated and to accomplish more things. Not quite. Just like with the other worry beliefs that I've talked about, just because a person holds the belief that worry helps motivate them to get things done, that doesn't actually mean that it's true. And as you might guess, the reality is worry doesn't help motivate people to get things done. Excessive worry actually has the opposite function, and it leads to you feeling demotivated, sapped of energy, and makes it more difficult for you to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. But how do you prove that to yourself? How do you convince yourself that worrying doesn't help motivate you, especially if this is a belief that you've held for much of your life? Well, there are a few questions that you can ask yourself to help challenge and chip away at this belief and perception that worry helps motivate you. And the first question is, do you know anyone who is successful, anyone who is motivated, anyone who is able to accomplish things and get things done who doesn't worry excessively? And if you can identify even just one person in your life who is able to get things done, is able to motivate themselves, is able to accomplish things without worrying, then what that proves is that worry is not a necessary requirement for motivation. The second thing to ask yourself is, does your worry dramatically improve your performance? And if so, by what percentage? How much does worrying dramatically make you more motivated or make you more effective? These questions get you to think about how well you actually function and how well you actually perform when you're worrying excessively. And when people start to think about it, they start to recognize that worry doesn't actually improve their performance at all. If anything, worrying excessively can interfere with how well you're able to accomplish a task. And that leads to the third question that you want to ask yourself, which is, are there negative repercussions of your worry that actually interfere with your motivation and your ability to perform well? Think about the impact that worrying excessively has on you. Think about how you feel when you're worrying excessively. What does worry do to your concentration? What does worry do to your memory, to your energy levels? Well, for most people, worrying excessively actually interferes with concentration. It makes it more difficult to remember and recall things, and it tends to sap energy and to make a person feel worn out, tired, and exhausted. And so if I'm having difficulty focusing, if I can't remember anything and I feel exhausted, that's not a recipe for great motivation and peak performance. Also, think about the anxiety that inevitably comes with excessive worry. How do high levels of anxiety affect your performance? Does high levels of anxiety actually make you less effective at what you're trying to do? And for the most part, the answer to these questions is typically yes. High levels of anxiety do interfere with performance and motivation. It's kind of like this inverse U shape where very low levels of stress or pressure or anxiety don't really improve performance at all. Whereas a moderate level of stress or anxiety, you get your sort of peak level of performance. But when the anxiety or stress gets too high, motivation and performance tends to decline. So if you ever catch yourself thinking that your worry is motivating you or allowing you to perform at your peak level, what you want to remember is the impact that excessive worry has on you. What it does to your energy levels, your drive, your concentration, your focus. You want to ask yourself, how much does the excessive worry actually improve your performance? And is it worth the costs that are associated with the excessive worry? And if you can think of even just one person in your life who is motivated and successful and can accomplish things who doesn't worry excessively, then you may want to question why it is that you need to worry excessively in order to perform well, whereas those people don't. And by thinking about the relationship between worry and motivation in this different way, it can help you interrupt the worry process because you're no longer thinking that worrying excessively is serving some positive benefit by being a source of motivation for you. And you can recognize that the excessive worry and the associated anxiety typically serves to demotivate you. Now, if you want to learn more or learn more effective ways of increasing motivation and accomplishing tasks, I'd encourage you to check out this video. So that's all for today's video. As always, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one.